So previous class we were learning about theory of equations. We started with theory of equations and we learned what are equations. Let's just revise all that once. We learned what are equations. An equation is a statement that says two algebraic expressions are equal and is satisfied only for certain values of variables. Okay, so that is your equation. And then equations signify relation between two algebraic expressions with a sign of equality. Equal to is supposed to be given, and then the one side of equal to, that is your left hand side, is called LHS, and the other side of equal to, that is right hand side, is called as RHS. So we'll have two equal expressions. Then degree of equation is nothing but how much we would like to okay, degree of equation is nothing but uh, it is the highest power of the variable which is involved in the equation. So if we have the highest power as 1, then the degree of equation is 1. Likewise, if what is the highest power of the variable, that will be considered. Now here we have examples for one variable and two variable. For one variable, x only is considered here with different powers. In two variables you will have x and y, where you have the highest power of the variable is considered. So that will be degree of variable equation. Then roots of equation. In the same equation, if you see here, the value of, if we find the value of x, and in this equation if we find the value of x and y, that will become the root of equation. So if when we exactly know what is the value of x which will satisfy the equation, then it is called as roots of equation. Okay, and we also saw two theorems. Every polynomial equation of degree greater than or equal to 1 have at least one root. So one root x at least will be present where we are supposed to solve for x. And then an nth degree polynomial equation will have at most n roots. What is the highest power? That will be the number of roots that we see. And coming to what is linear equation. So before we get into the problems, let us just understand what are linear equations. Now a linear equation will be in this form, that is ax plus b is equal to 0. For example, 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. This is a linear equation. Now why it is called a linear equation? Because the power of x here is 1. Okay, if nothing is written, then the power of x is 1. So that is why it is called as linear equation. Okay. I hope you are able to understand. And in this equation, you just have to make sure that this variable 3, okay, that this variable that is a, what is given here, should not be equal to 0. Okay, what are they trying to say is, you cannot have a equation starting with 0x plus 5 is equal to 0. This is not a linear equation. Okay, because the condition says a should not be equal to 0. Okay, so did you all understand what is a linear equation? Okay, so that was linear equation with one variable. Okay, linear equation with one variable. One variable is nothing but x. Now let us understand equation of the form with two variables. Now we have x as well as y. Now let's take an example. 2x plus 4y is equal to 0. So here this is also a linear equation, because the power of the variables are 1. And moreover, you have to check here is that this value, that is A, and this value B should not be equal to 0. Okay, so you cannot have a equation saying 0x plus 0y is equal to 0. This is not a linear equation. Okay, so if A and B are not equal to 0, then there is no problem. You can go with the linear equation. And these linear equations are also known as simple equations because they are very simple and they are easy to calculate. So they are known as simple equations. I hope everybody is clear until here. Any doubts? Okay, so let's continue. Now, after this, we were also learning about properties of linear equations. Okay, I think we finished 2 points here. Now here a linear equation is one variable which will hold good for only few values. Certain fixed values we have to consider. So in this equation, if we put x is equal to 2 only, then you will get 17 as the answer. Okay, so that was your first point. Now the second point is when you have an equation of this form, then it is called as identity, because here you can assign any value. Okay, you can assign any value for x. You can assign any value for x. Next, a simple equation or an identity. Simple equation is this. Okay, simple equation is this, and identity is such form of equations. Okay, a simple equation or an identity has two sides connected to the sign of equality. So if you see here, you have side. Okay, let me erase this part and explain. So if you see here, there is one on to this side and there is another side here. Okay, similarly, even for identity, this is one side, this is other side. Okay, so this side is called as LHS and the other side is called as RHS. Here also it is called as LHS and the other side is RHS. So that is what they're trying to say. It has two sides. Next point. Solution to an equation consists of values of the unknown quantity or variable which satisfy the equation. So if we solve this equation, suppose it will have certain unknown values or variable. Now in this, what is the unknown value? X is the unknown value. So we do not know, only if you see this equation, we do not know what is the value of X. So we are supposed to first identify which is the unknown value, and then we have to find that unknown variable to satisfy the equation. Now coming to the last property, a simple equation in one variable has only one solution. A simple equation with one variable is nothing but 5x plus 7 is equal to 17. Here there is only one solution. What is the solution? X is equal to 2. Now I cannot give you 2-3 solutions for this. If x is 2 only, then it will satisfy the equation. So a simple equation with one variable will have only one solution. Clear? On the other hand, a simple equation in two variables has two solutions. So if at all you have 5x plus 7y is equal to 5x plus 7y is equal to 17. Same equation I have taken. Okay. Praveen, yes, 17 minus 7 is equal to 10, but then 5 into 2 is 10. So x will become 2 in that case. Yes, correct. Correct. The calculation is right. Okay. So 5x plus 7y is equal to 17. Here you have x as one unknown variable and you also have y as another unknown variable. So when you have two unknown variables, you are supposed to find out the value of both, in which you will have two solutions. Okay, a simple equation in three variables will have three solution, one of each unknown quantity. Suppose you have x, y, z, all the three involved in the equation, then you will have to find three values, x, y, and z. Okay, so that is how the linear equations will come, and we will solve slowly one after the other. First we will start with one variable, then we'll go to two variables, three variables. Okay, and then you will be able to understand how to solve all of them. So clear with the properties of linear equations? Any doubts? Okay, so let us go for the rules. Okay, before we go to problems, we'll go for the rules. Okay, we'll understand few rules here. So rules of solving linear equations. Now, any term of the equation may be transferred from one side to another. This will not affect the equation. The transferring of the term should be done by reversing the sign. This process is known as transpositioning. Now, what is this? If you remember, even in the previous number theory, while solving HCF LCM problems, we also considered of changing the sides from one to another. Okay, now let's take for example 4x is equal to 12. Okay, 4x is equal to 12. Now here 4 into x, if I'm supposed to take 4 onto the other side, what do you think will be the way that I'll be using? Which expression should I consider? Divide. Okay, I'm supposed to use division, correct. Now here it was multiplication, and when I took it onto the other side, it became division. So that is what they're saying. If you transfer the term of an equation from one side to other side, there is no problem, you can do it, but we have to make sure that it will not affect the equation. Now me taking 4 to the other side, it will not affect the equation. In fact, it will help me to solve for the value of x. Okay, so from multiplication to the other side, now by taking one expression to the other side, I cannot simply take it. I have to reverse the sign. Now reverse the sign is for multiplication. To the other side, it becomes division. If at all you have division here, if you take on to the other side, it becomes multiplication. Okay, this is for one form. Now another form which you can use is, if you have plus, when you change the sides it will become minus, and if you have minus, when you change the side it will become plus. Okay, so these are reversing the sign, and the process of reversing the sign is called as transpositioning. Okay, the method or the way that we use these signs, reversing the signs from one side to another, it is called as transpositioning. Okay, so that is one of the rule. Next rule, let us see. Next, first, did you all understand rule number 1? Did you all understand rule number 1? Okay, now going on to rule number 2. both the sides of the equation may be multiplied or divided by the same non-zero number. Now suppose in the same equation 4x is equal to 12. Okay, now let me say I am multiplying the number. Okay, I'm multiplying the whole equation by 3. Okay, I'm multiplying the whole equation by 3. So what I'm supposed to do is 4 3s are 12. Again 12 3s are Spurti, you have solved for x. Very good. We will see that. Okay, just understand the next rule here. Okay, so 4 3s are 12. We got it. Now again multiply 12 into 3, which is nothing but 36. I'm not saying 12 is equal to 36. Now my equation will become 12x. Okay, now my equation will become 12x is equal to 36. I've just multiplied into 3 for the whole equation. Now we will use such multiplication or division in few of the complicated equations to make it easier for us to solve. Okay, here I have multiplied. In return, you can also divide the equation for you to get the answer. Now let us understand. Now the same equation, let me say I am dividing it by 2. Okay, now 4x. Okay, 4x is equal to 12. Now let's say I am dividing the whole equation by 2. Okay, so 4 by 2 is nothing but 2. 2x is equal to 12 by 2 is 6. Yes, everybody will agree with this. So my new equation form has reduced by 2x is equal to 6, which might help me to solve the equation much better. Okay, but you cannot divide or multiply by 0. You cannot divide any equation or multiply by 0. Why we should not do that? Let us understand why we should not do it. Now any number multiplied with 0, can you say me what will be the answer? Suppose I'm multiplying the whole equation with 0. In the place of 4 into 0 is 0. 0x is equal to 12 into 0 is 0. Now this is not following the properties of linear equation, or this is not following the definition of linear equation. What did the linear equation say? Ax plus b is equal to 0 will be the form where a will not be, or a should not be equal to 0. It is compulsory that a should not be equal to 0. But if you see here, a is equal to 0, which means this cannot become a linear equation. Now similarly, let us say we have divided the equation with 0. We have divided the equation with 0. 4 by 0. What will be the value for 4 by 0? No, it is not 4. Ashwini, no. You actually cannot define the value for that. Okay, so it does it, even if you do it in the calculator, it shows as error. Okay, so it doesn't define you a proper value when you divide anything by 0. Okay, so that is why it doesn't form a proper linear equation. So in that scenario, we are supposed to only take non-zero number. Non-zero number means any number except 0. Okay, so this will not affect the equation. Understood till here? Understood the first 2 points? Okay, now let us see the next point. Now the next point is all the terms involving x may be brought to one side of the constants. Okay, all the terms involving x may be brought to one side and the constants to the other side to find the solution. Now in the same 4x is equal to 12. Now what we do, the constant is on one side. Okay, the variable is on other side. Now what will be the next step? We will go like this: x is equal to 12 by 4. Correct? X is equal to 12 by 4. Now what is 12 by 4? 4 threes are 12. Yes. So when I put all the numbers to one side, that is constant. The numbers are called constants. When I put all the constants to one side, then in that case, it will be easy for me to find out the value of x, that is nothing but x is equal to 3. This will be your rule number 3. Now the last rule, from the linear equation ax plus b is equal to 0, ax is equal to minus b. Now why minus b? Because when plus goes on to the other side, it will change signs and it will become minus. So ax is equal to, I'm taking b onto the other side, so it becomes minus b. Now x is equal to minus b divided by, I'm taking this a to the other side. When it is multiplication here, it becomes division. So divided by a. So the root of this equation is nothing but minus b by a. Okay, the root of this equation is nothing but minus b by a. Understood? Everybody understood? Okay. So let us start with the problems. Give me a minute. I'll just set up the other screen. Okay. So let us see the first question. Now the first question is asking us to solve for x, where it is a very, very simple equation. 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now here we will first write the equation completely. 2, we go with black color. Okay, so 2x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now what am I supposed to do? Very good, you people have already solved it. So what am I supposed to do? I'm going to take, first I'm going to consider the constant to the other side, that is this minus 4. When it goes to the other side, it will become 2x is equal to minus 4 to the other side will become plus 4. Okay, next x is equal to, now I am also taking this 2 to the, this 2 will go to the other side, which will become 4 by 2. So x is equal to 4 by 2 is 2 ones are 2 twos are, so 2. So 4 by 2 is 2, therefore the value of x is 2. Understood? Every time you write an answer, make sure you put a rectangular box and highlight the answer. Understood the first problem? Any doubts here? Okay. Now let us go to the next question. Now in next question, we have, wait a second. Okay, we'll solve one more question before this and then we will go. Okay. So the next question is, solve for x, okay, when x plus 3 plus x is equal to 5. This is our next question. X plus 3 plus x is equal to 5. Now let us solve this. What is the equation? X plus 3 plus x is equal to 5. Be careful about the brackets. You have to consider the brackets. Okay. Now first what we are supposed to do is, we will keep x as it is. The first x, whatever is there, we'll keep x as it is. Now outside this bracket, if there is nothing given, then we have to consider it as 1. Okay, we have to consider it as 1. So 1 into 3 is nothing but 3, and 1 into x will give me x. Correct? Are you all able to understand this? So what we are trying to do is, x will remain as it is. 1 into 3 will give you 3. So it comes out of the bracket. When you multiply it, it comes out of the bracket. So plus and 1. Okay. And 1 into x is plus x is equal to 5. Okay. Next, x plus x. How much do you get? X plus x. You have one x here, the other x here. 2x. Yeah, very good. It is 2x, not x square. Okay, x into x is x square. X plus x is 2x. Do not forget this. Okay. Then 2x plus 3 is equal to 5. Now let us bring all the constants to one side. Constants are 2x is equal to 5. If I take 3 to the other side, it will become minus 3. Very good. So 2x is equal to 5 minus 3 is 2. X is equal to 2 by 2, which is nothing but x is equal to 1. Many of them have got the answer already. Good that you people are trying it together. I appreciate that efforts. So x is equal to 1. Everybody understood this problem? Okay. Now let us go to the next problem. Okay, let's go to this problem. Now here, the question is x plus 3 into 3x plus 1 is equal to 13. Now like the previous problem, we will first write down x as it is, and the second expression, okay, and the second expression, that is nothing but your 3 into 3x plus 1, we have to multiply. Okay, so yeah, keep trying and giving me the answers. Others who are not able to, please concentrate here and solve it. Okay, so 3 into 3x. 3 into 3x is nothing but 3 3s are 9, 9x. 3 into 1 is nothing but plus 3. Here you have plus 3 and it's plus 1. So it is plus 3 is equal to 13. Now next step. This is 1x. 1x plus 9x. How much will it become? 1x plus 9x. 10x. Good. So 10x is equal to, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 3 to the other side. So it will become 13 minus 3. Okay. So next is 10x is equal to 13 minus 3 is 10 again. So x is equal to 10 divided by 10 and x is equal to 1. Good. Many of them have got the answer. Very good. Good try. Understood? Any doubt still here? Slowly the difficulty level of the equations will increase. Okay. So these are simple problems. Slowly you will have the difficulty increasing. Okay. We'll do one more problem. Okay. This might be the last problem. We'll do one more. So here the equation is 7 into x minus 3 minus 3 into x plus 4. Okay. So first is you are supposed to multiply 7 into x minus 3. So 7 into x minus 3. 7 into x is 7x minus 7 into minus 3. 7 3s are 21 and minus will remain as it is. Be careful with the signs here. Okay. Minus 21. So this is your first expression. Now coming to the second expression, minus 3 into x plus 4. So minus 3 into x is nothing but minus 3x. Be careful with minus sign. Minus 3 into x is nothing but minus 3x. Again, minus 3 into plus 4. Okay, minus 3 into plus 4 will become minus 12. 3 4s are 12, but minus into plus is minus. So you will have minus 12 is equal to, put the constant as it is. What is the constant? Is equal to 7. Did you all understand this first step? This is the crucial step in the problem. Anybody who didn't understand? X is not 4, but x is supposed to be 10. Now, yeah, try solving this quickly. 7x minus 3x will be 4x minus 21 and minus